This is not a drill. Cache is back. About an hour ago, FMPONE put the new version of Cache back on the workshop. I saw in Twitch chat, people were going crazy while I was watching EPL. And I was like, nah, no way. In the shower, got ready, still wet, still here. Mate, I'm so excited to jump on into Cache and have a quick look at what the changes are, what's new, throw some utility, all the good stuff. Let's have a look. I'll leave the link to the map down in the description so you can all download it and do the same thing. All right, let's have a look. Let's jump on in and check out Cache for the first time together, okay? And look, I'm completely lying to you guys. I have already jumped in and had a quick look around, recorded something. Didn't work the first time, so I'm just going to shorten it down because it was like 40 minutes of me just being a nerd with utility. So I'm just going to show you a couple of cool things I noticed, and then look around the map, and we'll call that the first look, okay? Sounds good to me. Okay.
Yeah, going our way.
Stuff in here. Hit my bloody little reset button.
Go.
Now we're in prac mode, which I can link for all you noobs if you need it too. It's like a one button press and loads up the prac config. Buy anywhere, all the money, all the good stuff. You can have a look at that. Okay. So the spawn, very similar to what it was before when it was very, very green, but more vibrant, more space, cool stuff. Can maybe end up doing some cool smokes like this in the future. There's holes in the roofs everywhere now where you can try and land these smokes. But if this was golf, I just lost. All right, no hole in one for MacMate. Okay, we're going to look towards the A side of the map first. This whole area looking pretty nifty. The truck a little bit different. Lots of weird stuff going on here. But the angle over towards A main, very similar to before. What you will notice is this is flickering. There is a flame in the corner, and that is just going to show a shadow if you try to hide behind there. The thing is, though, this is unbreakable, unspammable, unbangable. So that's kind of cool. While we're here, there's this little dip in the roof. If you look here and left click throw with a flash to support your mid player, you can do a nice little pop flash and allow them to peek from here, from Z, from whatever. So that was another cool bit of util. I haven't done the A-Maze smokes or anything yet. Top of Speedway. Instead of the E-box here, you can jump up like this now. I think there's even an angle across the top like this. So if anyone's on the top of the roof, you can isolate a fight with them as sort of having a peek lower mid. I don't know if... So that's actually fine. The headshot angle. Yeah, so anyone on the bottom probably can't see your head facing this direction. So that's kind of cool. This box to that box is probably LJ-able, but I haven't hit it yet because I'm a bit of a noob. See? Big noob. Second go. Love to see it. You can go across here. Red's still red. The angle from this box into A main still exists over the top. And then if you crouch, you're nice and safe. So that's a cool position to play. Yeah. Top of quad, back of quad. The difference is now, so instead of that being tall the whole way across, now it's only back in the corner, so you can't play on different height angles for the T's to have to try to clear you from. The lamps, the lights still exist, which is cool. And the perching position to play the off angle and hold A main, or I don't know, over towards mid if you really want to. Whatever this was called, I can't remember. I think it was Apex. Still exists. You can hold the line to there. And then there's like another weird one now because you can go like up and down on this bit, but not here. So I believe... Oh no, the off angle still exists. Okay. So it does exist. And you got that like nice little bit where you can sort of look between the missiles or the cylinders, whatever you want to call them, and then play quad like a bloody champ jet. So that's this part of the A site. Squeakies, still similar. No little holes in the roof here to pop flash your way out. I remember, I believe something like that used to work, or maybe a bit higher. Right. Can't remember. But I ain't doing it right now. Shroud, still shroud. You need to get boosted up here. There's no self-boost option unless someone finds like a buggy bit. And you are now fully hidden from main. No one should be able to see you because you'll notice this bit's thicker with the doors added in. So this is what I was talking about. You can see the shadow from the flames is crazy. So if you're at the back, you're still going to be seen because the shadow, as you can see, is just there. So you've got to keep an eye out for that if you're coming up from Speedway to site. And similarly there, it's just all of this is just going to look a little bit different. So maybe you can tuck here and try to hide it, but it's going to be very difficult. from forklift. You can jump up top. The railing's a little bit different now to allow you to get up there quite fast, quite easily. All this is still similar. And that's pretty much the A site overall. So let's jump into A main now. These boxes aren't as tall as before, but if there's a smoke there, you still can peek across the top of the smoke towards the stairs. This is different. If you remember before, there was a nice little box in this corner and you could have a super cool angle to hide from sight. It's kind of the same now, except there's the flames. So there's a light source. So your shadow is going to be going bloody everywhere and they're going to know you're here. I believe there is a way that you can jump up on top on this side and still have the slight off angle, but the shadow is still going to be going crazy regardless. And you take damage from the flames too. So remember that if you're able to try and jump up there. On locker side, same thing. You can crouch jump on the top, play the nice little off angle. Difference is this time there's nice little holes in the top, so you can technically, if someone's fighting you, I guess do like a little pop flash like that, and that'll blind anyone over here, and you can sort of swing with it, especially if they're around this area. But that's a difference as well. Is the roof's completely open. There is a couple of holes here, and then there's also like the hole out this way. So if you, for whatever reason, want to flash anyone at the back of A main, you can do that. These walls still spammable with M4 and AWP, I believe. Oh no, not that. Yep. That. No. That. Odd. Not really with the M4 anymore. So yeah, AWP spammable. I guess you can try to go for picks if you're a maniac like that and you love wallbang angles. Other than that, let's look at Squeak. So no real changes from the last cache. It feels deeper, but I didn't play a heap of cache, so maybe it's not deeper. It is scarier to push as a CT because there is going to be these 50-50 angles. They could be on this side, they could be on this side. But I guess, look, if you are taking your time, you can clear them like this. You should be able to see them poking out. And that's kind of that. This is just where you save. Where you save, or where you maybe rush Squeaky to A if you do a smoke to stop them seeing you from truck and everything. I guess that's something. This says hell, although I wouldn't call it hell. I feel like hell should be somewhere else. And you can still light up smokes on these boxes and bloody, I don't know. Where do they land? Is this one you wanted for on top of the bloody rafters? There's a cross smoke here somewhere, surely. You just gotta look up. Up further right, maybe. Who knows? But I'm not doing too much util in this video, okay? Booster still boosts. You can't get up there yourself, but you can, get boosted up, and it's pretty much the same as before. There's these phone boxes now that you can get on top of and have a kind of an off angle, but you can't really see into Z like before. You're not able to boost because this roof exists. I think maybe if you got to like an angle like this, you could probably get someone to jump on your head from the truck. Maybe. It seems like more effort than it's worth. But that exists. And if you have a look at this, that hole, it's a little window. But you're not going to see any CTs playing through that window anymore because it's not the same as before. There's no scaffold. You can't get up there. It's just a hole to pop flashes out of, throw your utility from spawn, that sort of thing. So that's I'd say a minor change, because last time cache was in the map pool, that didn't exist. That window was kind of added in that last iteration. Little boost spots here, get up here and catch the T's saving. It's made a bit more user-friendly now. You don't have to crouch jump up top, which was, a skill issue for some. So that seems to be a bit easier. And then spawn's roughly the same. Still look here, still upgrade that for the bloody Z-smoke. Still there's the same. Backyard, whatever you call this area. I can't see it on the map, so I don't know if it really exists at the moment. But the tire exists, and you can hide in it. And that's what matters. That's the cool stuff. There's a deep line from here towards B main. Let's have a look at mid quickly. There's a spot off angle that you can save from, I guess, if you really need to. This is a little bit different. There's not like random coils and stuff. There's just a weird platform. Gives you a bit of an off angle, slightly higher line to peak if you go in this direction. I don't think you can see... Can we see... Is that... Payload. Whoa, that's an angle. Okay. So you can see someone peeking here. That's an angle. That's an angle. It's been a while. And you know what would get me back making more videos more regularly? motivation. You know how I get motivated? That little sub button down there. Go and whack it for Mackie. Yep, thanks. See ya. Okay, so if anyone's trying to play here sneakily, and you got like an AWP, I guess you could probably do it with an AK, but it's going to be harder to spot them. That there is a little tight angle that exists, surely has to be intentional. You have to be brought up that high just to get over the box there. That's kind of cool. This isn't as wallbangable. You can't wallbang this with a rifle anymore. I think you can still wallbang this part, just not this one. So if you're trying to lurk here as a T or whatever, a little bit more safe. You can still boost up here onto the red carton in bloody mid. But the thing is, now there's a shadow here. So if you're playing too close to the corner and you're trying to be sneaky and hold for any CT aggression at mid, they can see you from like anywhere at mid if you move into any of these positions. So be careful. This is still a spot. And that's kind of that. We'll have a look at useless quickly. This is paper thin. That's incredibly spammable. It's just a wood wall. So if you're taking a fight with someone at like toxic and you're pushed mid, I guess you could theoretically like line it up and wall bang them straight through here like so. With a lot of damage. And there's a lot of open roofs, so I'm guessing this is probably going to be a good place to like, I don't know, throw utility for some teams. We'll go out mid and have a quick look. Same thing. So vet's a bit different. It's visually chaotic with all this stuff going on, which is probably just better for the CTs than the Ts. This jump still works. You can bonk and make that jump as well. Let's sit up here with no shadows revealing your position, but of course it's allowed to get here. I don't think that was there before, so this is a bit of a change. It's going to be... I guess you can probably silent boost easier if you're standing here and... Or boost your teammate, they jump like this and you get up there. Or you have to do some kind of like janky ass... No, you get on there, now get on my head. Yeah, cool. And it makes the boost easier. So that's probably why that's there. Jail's the same as the last update to Cache. Little tuck away bit under the pipe, so they have to clear you from a slightly more open position. And then you can jump on there as well. What else is at mid? The roof's kind of cool. This angle is interesting. It's a nice tight one over towards Z. And your body's sort of half covered. So you can imagine that being really annoying if you're jiggling out Z with this extra cover on the roof. This line exists too. Tight one towards CT and through all the way through Z. Sandbag still similar. You can see that there's shadows here though. So if someone's creeping up on you from above, as long as you're aware of this, you can spot them potentially peeking you and go, ah, shoot them. That sort of thing. You know how it is. More fire, which I guess could reveal your shadow to someone at mid. If you're trying to peek here, it looks like it sort of cuts off though. Maybe it's more for... I guess you kind of got to worry about that more if you're on boosts. Coming out of here, they'll see this before you can really peek them properly if they're up there. Anyway, that's a kind of cool change. This is a like half broken thing. The thing I noticed about this is if you fight on it as a CT, you can do this weird jiggle of the height adjustment, which can be really annoying for the Ts to have to fight. If you're just going up and down in this dip, constantly changing your verticalness. Have a look at Z. It's pretty much the same, except what was it here? That's right. I don't know, but then you go. Little jump, pop, slap. There we go, got it through. So there'll be lineups for that. I'm sure there's going to be like a quick way to smoke mid. That, like that. There we go, got it through. Kinda. Nope. Oh, I got one through. There we go. So whatever that angle is, you might be able to smoke mid with a double-click jump throw or something. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll figure that one out in a little while. Yeah, Xbox is pretty much the same. Coils pretty much the same. The jump to here and like this line is pretty much the same. I don't think your shadow doesn't get spotted here. Yeah, so your shadow won't be seen there, but it will pop up if you go that way. I'll have you know when I recorded the first video, I hit this jump first go, okay? But it does exist. It's still similar to the last time, I believe. You go on the blue and then you go on the AC. Mate, 2,000 hours of KZ for what? To hit it third go? Was it worth it in the end? Probably not. But we got there. So you can get here, this boost, you've still got this little flat bit where you can kind of hold here. But what you need to be aware of is if you're holding from this position, you are very, very seeable from mid with this shadow. So anyone walking out mid will see you if you're moving and being like, whoa, what the hell? So be very careful about that. Even if you hide sort of here, it's not going to work. And the other thing as well, if the T's come across this way, you can see that anyone at jail can see this. Anyone from highway can kind of see this area. They're looking across the spool. So it is very visual. Here's kind of safe. You got to pay attention to where the new angle is from the sun, which is in the afternoon position over there. It's a interesting change. And that's kind of the boost area and all of mid. One cool thing, I think it's here. Is that it? No, here.
A flashback.
Here we go. So if you get mid as a T and your team's going to hit B, or maybe if you want to support the CTs on site who know this is coming, we can workshop with this one. But look at this flash. You look here, left click jump throw, boom, in through these new windows on top of the B site. Blinds bloody everything. E blind. In. He's blinds. Boom. Don't think it blinds heaven, but you know, everywhere else on site, that's a good shot to actually blind them. So that can be a nice little piece of utility you can throw in your repertoire. Other than that though, you know, molly this area, smoke that, run it mid, you pretty much got it as a T unless they're going to fight you. Speedway, still have these weird things that were added in the last one. So you run on metal instead of the dirt. Might be harder to hear for the CTs coming up this direction. It does change, you know, this offline, this angle somewhat. So you can kind of peek in a different way than what the T's could be expecting. Same as here, you can run around on it just so you can go straight to the top of the spool, and then you're on A. And that's pretty much that. So let's have a look at B main before we jump into B. Very similar to before. What I did notice is you can break these windows, but you can't throw utility through these windows, which I thought was kind of weird, but I get it because this is like where the old lineups of stuff used to be. You'd come here and bloody, I don't know, just make up a third one, throw. That's the big cross smoke, so you can take checker control, the night info for the heaven player, all that good stuff. So that exists. Barrel in this corner now, so you can peek across the top of the box and then drop to some safety. Anything else? Yeah, so can't remember if this is different. The roof of this has been removed, so you can put a little pop flash into here over the top of this object. Of course, there is going to be a few things that you need to worry about. This pipe, these cylinders, but there could be a way where you could maybe throw a prog smoke that lands here a bit deeper, or I don't know if you'd be able to get too much else going, but there is holes to make it happen, so all the utility nerds can have some fun with that. Out here, is it sunroom, white room? I can't remember what this is called anymore. Sunroom, because there's a sun there, maybe that's it. Still have to break these windows, and you can still throw some kind of utility. I can't remember the lineups for anything anymore. Need to work on that. Is this way to tree? No, want to go like here, and then look like here, and click like used to land on the top of default, and then bounce back, and now it's really hard, and there's not the bullets on the wall to just look at and aim at and throw. You know? Gone are the days of easy utility. In the middle of the green thing. Look here, maybe. Nope. Here. Ooh, almost. Here. Here. Not quite. It ain't going. It ain't doing what we want. It ain't happening. We'll figure it out another day. But yeah, this is the light room. I don't think... Okay, you used to be able to like boost on this box and maybe catch someone boosting on site, which was a really niche fight. But yeah, that's kind of be main now. There's still a little pop flash like this, I guess. Or how used to do it? Can't remember. Double click throw. There was a nasty one that you could do. Even maybe just like a jump throw. Something like that. And then, boom. Start peeking B. But yeah, B main hasn't changed too much. Now we've got checkers. You can see that the vent, first and foremost, is incredibly bright. So any T's or CTs trying to walk through that are going to be very, very visible. I like the clarity that FMPONE has brought into this map. And yeah, checkers, of course, has like this kind of off angle, which I guess could be used here, here, and here. It's kind of weird here because you can't see the head. So, I don't know, maybe that works in your favor more. Back of check is still the same, ninja or whatever you want to call it. And there's a little plant here now, so that's kind of cool. The other thing here is there's big holes in the roof. I don't know how to use them yet. I haven't figured it out, but you're going to be able to lob utility in from the roof. You saw this bit get used just before with the flash. And I have a feeling these are going to be useful at some point as well. So maybe you stand here, have some kind of lineup, stand here, smoke tree by looking, listen, jump throwing, or I don't fucking know, bro. You guys figure it out for me, please. There, look, that's almost it. Workshop from there, and we'll get something going at some point. Tree as well has a hole in the top, so you could technically bounce it off this wall and land it here, and that could be your tree smoke. But yeah, for the moment, that's squeak. That's all this area. This feels deeper than before. It probably isn't. Might just be because it's been a while since I last played a bit of cache. And if you're here, you can see them sneak into checkers if they don't clear this angle, which no one in their right mind really would, to be fair. So you can get that kind of info for free, deal with anyone coming from heaven, all that kind of stuff. Front sight spot, similar. And then, yeah, you've got missiles to heaven, play on sight, try to stop the cross if they are running the headshot, have a crossfire with, I don't know, somewhere else, somewhere on the site. Here, triple, bloody gen box, default. What I did notice is this is kind of weird. We need to fix this ASAP. It's like kind of janky, kind of works every time, but then sometimes not every time, depending on the angle you're playing at. So this could be very annoying for a T to have to deal with if you're dipping in and out of this hole. FMPONE, please fix that. You can still make this jump. I just didn't do it first go again. Yes, I'm older now. I'm not as good as KZ as before. Let me know in the comments. Are you a KZ goat or is it just me? This is weird. So there's like a weird bit that you pop up on here if you walk up on the box. I think that needs to be fixed. Other than that though, this line still exists. You can look in here with an AWP if you're an AWPer. You can play from the side, play from the back with a little bit of cover, and just hold them trying to push into sight. So that's a cool angle. Same as here, you can kind of jiggle from this position, and then pretty sure there used to be a nice pop flash. Was it here? Where is it now? It's there. Oh, the lineup's not the same. It's just not the same. It's just not the same, is it? That's kind of the lineup now. It used to land in B made, so it feels like the distances between everything's a little bit different. But yeah, if you look at the top of this missile or just up from the back bit, as long as your teammate's not as coming, it should be able to blind the majority of B main here, except for the corner. You can probably work with it a little bit, maybe. You're still safe here. Find something on a lady, double click, jump throw. I don't know. I ain't doing all that right now, guys. But yeah, this is how headshot looks. It's pretty visual. The whole area behind you is all white, so your head's going to stick out like a sore thumb. This wooden bit still exists, so you can spam through that if you think they're going to be jiggling you here. And then you can crouch all the way up to this area. But again, this bit's kind of janky. There's a way that you can walk on the generator, but you may as well just be jumping up just for the moment before that gets fixed, if it even gets fixed. What's this, like an off angle? It's like a little pocket, an annoying thing that you can accidentally strafe into. And yeah, that's that. You can go on the top of default, you can boost into here or just jump peek to get in from the CT rotations. So that's it, still exists, and I'm sure you can run boost over to heaven. You can jump up and take the off angle on this side of the flamey thing, but not on the front side. There was no way for me to stand on the front side without taking damage. So remember that. Off angle here now as well, there's tires that you can jump up onto, so B main has to clear you from that angle. But if you're up here, then they have to have their crosshair slightly higher, which they're probably not gonna, so I'd argue hold this line rather than the low one, so they don't just headshot you straight away. They have to at least go for like a micro flip. Right, what else? Heaven. I found a lineup for the B main smoke before. It was here, right? Yeah, like that. Just there to the left of this orange bit on the screen. It's not perfect. It can definitely be better than that. Probably a little further left, honestly, and it covers the B main better. But that's similar to what you used to throw. This light has been removed, so you can't sit up on the perch anymore. Other than that, in heavens, pretty much the same. Wooden sounds here, wooden sounds in tree, metal sounds out top. There's this weird nook that you can hide in. I never would recommend it, but say you know a CT7 or a T7 and you're retaking, waiting, this could be a safe position just to hold from. Maybe play around here with it. This is still very much bangable with an M4. This is still very much bangable with an M4 as long as you are shooting at the right angle. Still works better with an AWP though. And then tree. Got the holes in there we already spoke about. Not too much has changed. I can't remember if the stained glass was here on the last update. This is real pretty. These boxes still exist to hold a line like this, or I don't know, jump across, be a little nuisance and screw with your teammates, screw with the enemies, all that stuff. And then still jump up here on the retake. Seems to be made a little bit easier with all this. But there's like a gap here now. So I'm thinking if you're holding here as a T, sort of waiting for the CTs to come in, maybe you want to sit here now rather than here, because your head will be visible in this gap that exists, or maybe even in that gap at the back. So be very cautious of this. Might also work better for you if you are expecting them to jump up there, because when they jump, you should see their head go at about this level. So keep that in mind. And that's kind of the tree area. This box used to be more hectic. It's now 2 bits of concrete, so not spammable. But if there's an AWP holding you, they have to be quite wide out there. And what you can do is, from the left side, you can jump up across and still sneak down. I think there was a way, yeah, there's a way that you can just silently go the whole way across, which is a little bit janky, but you'll take it, you know? It's like surfable. It feels weird. But that's that. So that is the new cache. Did we look at Z? Pretty sure we did. But yeah, we definitely looked at Z. I remember throwing that smoke now. But that's my goldfish memory, and that's new cache. Download it. It's down in the description. Check it out and go and type thank you FMPONE in the comments. Apologies for not uploading too much lately. I did record a vlog when I went to Cato, but I've had some weird things going on in my life and skin condition stuff, so I'm trying to figure that all out. I didn't want to be on camera when my face was completely red, patchy, looking like shit. But look, shout out to all my psoriasis enjoyers out there, or sufferers, however you want to look at it. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, thanks again for watching the video, and look, I enjoy every single one of you that have been enjoying the content while I've been on my little hiatus, but thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to sub, like, comment, all the good stuff. Bye.